Welcome to the CKEC Remediation website. This site was developed by the staff at the Central Kentucky Educational Cooperative to assist teachers and school leaders by providing resources and supports for remediation. As students re-enter in-person learning environments, gaps in learning, whether they be academic, behavioral, or emotional, will need to be addressed. This site offers aids for addressing those needs. So you can navigate this site by using the various links on the banner at the top of the site, or also as you scroll down, you'll see links listed here as well. So we have sections addressing instructional best practice, moderate and severe disabilities, mathematics, English language arts, behavior, and social emotional learning and trauma. Contact information for each area is found at the bottom of each web page. Please reach out to us with any questions that you might have, and we'll be happy to assist you.
Resources on the Instructional Resource page apply to all grade levels and all content areas. First, you will find a section on scheduling. These resources provide guidance on how to schedule and plan small group instruction in order to provide differentiation. Resources specific to co-teaching are also provided. Next, on the page, you will find some of the best instructional resources that promote student success. A few of these resources focus specifically on remediation, such as the article Just-in-Time Remediation from Achieve the Core and the resource guide to address unfinished learning after COVID-19 school closures. The other links provide resources and strategies for good, solid, best practice instruction that benefits all students, both Gen Ed and Special Ed. Lastly, on this page, you will find resources that promote the implementation of a classroom learning system or creating classrooms with a focus on continuous classroom improvement.
We're going to take a few moments to explore the resources for bringing our students with moderate and severe disabilities back to in-person instruction. These resources, though, can be used if a student is 100% virtual, if a student is hybrid, or if a student is coming back face-to-face full-time. In this middle section, you'll see a link to the CKEC MSD Distance Learning site. As you explore the site, you'll see a checklist or planning tool for our kids returning to school or our kids being at home virtual. You'll see links to resources that can be used with our students. You'll see resources for our related services, for paraprofessionals, for district resource specialists, as well as you'll see a little bit of information on here for teacher self-care and how important that is. So to return to the CKEC remediation site, let's scroll down a little bit. In the middle section, you'll see links to social scripts and video modeling. These both might be keys to your students returning and helping your students process what is going on in life at school and at home. Social scripts are a way for our students to process changes or things that are happening. To the right, you'll see information about video modeling. Both of these resources are very good for a lot of our students. Video modeling is not used as much, but it is easy to create. And for our students who cannot read or students who like to watch TV, DVDs, or videos, this is a great resource. As you scroll down on the page, you'll see the links to visual supports. Again, visual supports are going to be key for our students. Those schedules can help a student be successful. Then if you go to the right, you're going to see a link for assessments. As our students return to school, We may not always know where they are with their learning. We may not always know where they are or with their behaviors, with their progress, or why our behavior is occurring. So you have a few links on here that may help you find out where a student is with their reading skills, with their math skills. You'll also see the functional assessment screening tool. As our students come back and go through all these changes, we may see a lot of new behaviors occur. The FAST, or Functional Assessment Screening Tool, can help us determine the function of a student's behavior. We've also included a reinforcement assessment so that you might be able to determine what the student likes now. Because some of these students have been out and away from us in person for almost a year, and their likes are going to change just like ours do.
To locate links that are specific to literacy, click on the ELA tab on top of our homepage, which will bring you here. On this page, you will find 7 different sections to assist teachers in the area of literacy. First, being the diagnostic section. Here you will find a variety of links to assist teachers in assessing students. The next section is small group. Teachers will find video links from Jan Richardson on virtual and classroom instruction. Plus, there is a video consisting of 4 different literacy consultants on helping teachers to strengthen their vocabulary routine. The next area of the page consists of tasks and activities. In this area, there are links for teachers to find specific instructional ideas. Under Additional Resources, you will find a plethora of free downloadable resources, as well as additional video clips from Jan Richardson and some webinars information. In the Reading and Writing section of the page, this area offers intervention ideas, specific strategies for elementary as well as secondary students, and a few additional links. Finally, under Enrichment, teachers will be able to access activities for students from pre-K through 5th grade. These activities can work as remediation or enrichment depending on the grade level you select.
So on the math page, the first section is for diagnostic information. There are lots of probes and screeners on there. One thing to note is that while many of these resources are designated for certain grade levels, you may wish to choose tools from other grade levels for remediation purposes. As you scroll down, the next section is for small group or individual instruction. There are some videos and some other strategy links on here that you might use with students in small groups. There's a section for intensive intervention, and these are math-specific strategies that support intensifying interventions. There's a section with some tasks and activities. Most of the links on here have grade level tasks or activities that are low floor, high ceiling. So it may be just like the diagnostic information where you choose tasks or activities from other grade levels depending on student needs. There's a section on practice with a slideshow focused on distributed or spaced practice. There's a section on enrichment activities and also some other resources that you might use to support your teaching. Finally, there is the CKEC Math Resource Sheet. This is a Google Doc that has links to lots of resources in various categories. It's continually changing and being added to.
We are going to take a view at the behavior page. And below you will see classroom behavior interventions, and these are all links to different resources that you could be able to use both virtually and in-person instruction. Incentives, and we have elementary, school-wide, and secondary examples, plus virtual and in-person instruction. Restorative practice and mindfulness are two practices that are really hot topics that will really help the kids feel safe. So please check those out and click on those links. In addition, we'll be looking at kids' behavior intervention plans, and below are different forms and reinforcement surveys and parent check ins to see how the kid's doing, daily check in sheets. And also, another thing that we will be seeing a lot of is non compliance. Again, whether you're virtual, hybrid, or in person, these strategies can be used from ages 2 all the way up to an adult.
So this is the SEL trauma remediation site, and on this page you can find resources for recognizing signs of distress in your students, some strategies on how to help your students once you return to school, social emotional resources, as well as a link to the social emotional learning modules, and finally, a searchable database of books related to mental health, trauma, and SEL. And we're going to look at this a bit more. So once you click on the link, if you scroll down, you get this searchable database right here. And if you click in the bottom right-hand corner, you can actually see it larger, so it's a little bit easier to read. So the way that this works is you just decide what type of books you're looking for, and you can filter them. So if you click on the filter button and add filter, you can type in say, for example, anxiety, and you can change it to issues so that you know, like, that's the subject type that you're looking for. And then it will pull up a list of all of the books that have to do with that particular topic. So you can see there are tons of resources available. It does give the author a summary of the book, what the issues are, and then finally the age group, because we know that'll be important when you're working with students. You don't want to do anything that's not developmentally appropriate. Also, you can see the genre. So some of them are resource books where you can get information for yourself in order to help your students. Also, they have books that are for children. So there's animal stories, historical fiction, magic, that type of thing, so that you know exactly how you can help your students and what that can do. It also includes a link to the author's website if that is applicable. So thank you for checking out our site.